This is Leena, and I welcome you to my channel. Today, I'm going to talk about karma, and trust me when I say this, I'm going to change your perspective today on how you look at karma and how you can change your life. It's not what you think, it's not how you have been taught till this point in time. I'll go back to that time in my life where I was looking for answers and I started placing my research, my faith in astrology. It's not been too long, hardly an year or 2 years back. I was a lot into astrology, okay, even till last year, you can say. And because I was deep diving into the concept of my suffering or why certain things kept repeating in my life or why I felt stuck in a way. I wanted some deeper answer. So I definitely digged into this astrology concept because it focuses a lot on your past life karma. I'm going to start from there. Now, many times your religion or concepts like astrology, they focus a lot on past life karma. I, while doing my research, I realized, there came a point in time when things stopped making sense to me. Till a particular point, okay, fine, I'm kind of catching up. I'm understanding and it's making a little bit of sense, but there comes a point in my research where I'm like, no, it doesn't make any more sense to me. So I came across this particular teachings of a sage Ashtavakra. He's one of the very famous sages of Vedic times. He has his own teachings, and his way of explaining karma got to me. Like, it literally made a lot of sense. And till date, I feel this is one of the best explanations anyone has ever given. And the way I understood that concept cleared off everything, like, no doubts left. I'm going to put this forward in this video now. Ashtavakra had a disciple named Janak, and he says to his disciple, okay, his disciple is at the brink of this enlightenment, and he says to Ashtavakra that, Guru, please guide me. If I get enlightenment or I get enlightened now, what about my karmas? The karmas that I carry from my past life or the karmas that I have done till this point? Don't you think I have to clear off those karmas before I can actually, like, I can literally get beyond this realm of existence and never come back? Ashtavakra explains this to him, that those karmas were never yours. And most importantly, the moment you leave a body, you no longer carry any of those karmas with you in the next life. Karmas were never yours. You are merely an observer. You are the drashta. If I speak in Sanskrit, that's the word, Hindi or Sanskrit. You are the drashta. You are the observer, merely an observer that took this form to experience reality from a particular lens. So, whatever this body is doing, it belongs to the body. And you are merely an observer who is observing this body perform different functions. Everything is just a part of the play that character is playing. It was never your karma. It never ever belonged to you in the first place. Okay? You did what you did because it was the nature of the body you took. It was the nature of that particular form of existence and consciousness that was doing that thing. It was only limited to that particular form of existence. It was only limited to that particular form of consciousness that you took in that life. There's no concept of karma that applies on you. You never had those karmas. A couple of days back, I watched a video on this channel called Diary of the CEO. There was this guest, and what he was saying is kind of aligning with the thought that I'm trying to put here. So if you want to, like, watch an extended version of what I'm trying to say, you can go and listen to that guy. His name is Professor Donald Hoffman. He's a cognitive scientist at the University of California. He also kind of said the same thing. We are merely an observer. It's like our reality is nothing but the virtual reality. You tune into that particular headset, that particular device, and the moment you tune into a particular device, your reality starts appearing in a certain way. So you are merely an observer of the reality. Now, whatever happens to this particular character in that virtual reality is only limited to that character. It's not taken along with you. The moment you switch off from the headset, it's gone. So, many a times, it's not karma that's making you suffer, it's your thinking that's making you suffer. That's the reason religion, the man-made religion, puts a lot of emphasis on, you know what, you're why you're suffering, because you did this in past life. You know why you're suffering, because you did that in past life. They are controlling you. It's a man-made concept. It doesn't work like that. Again, do I mean you go out there and do bad stuff and nothing is? I'm not saying that. What I'm trying to say here is that karma doesn't work the way you think it works. Karma exists in your mindset. Okay? The moment you wake up to the fact that you are merely an observer, you are not really doing the things, this particular form of existence is doing the things. The moment you become an observer, you become better at making choices. Now you have a choice. Till the time you were sleeping, you never understood you had a choice, so you thought, I am doing this karma, that's the reason I'm responsible to receive this in return. But the moment you wake up, you become the observer, because now you're not the doer. You are just the observer who is watching this body doing things, working as per its nature. If you are in the body of an elephant, elephant has certain nature. Elephant likes to eat bananas. Their weight is like the weight of their body is too much. If they step on someone, they're gonna die. There are certain attributes to that particular form of existence that will be there. Does it mean that's nothing to do with you, the one who is just observing through that lens of existence? The moment you understand you're merely an observer, think of it like this: two people are fighting on the street. You are the third person who is observing it. As an observer, you're going to make a better decision, right? Not the two people who are in the fight, because they're in their emotions, they're not thinking straight. But you, as a third person who is observing the fight, you are going to make a better decision, right? You come at this position when you can better decide, okay, now I understand the nature of this character. Maybe I can choose this, maybe I can choose that. That's how you realize you are the creator. Ashtavakra says to Janak, coming back to the story, that if you think you are here to negate your past life karmas, don't you think in the process of negating those karmas, you are creating new karmas? So this way the loop is never going to end. Even though you came here to negate the past karmas, if you think like that, but in the process you're making so many new karmas, you're doing so many new karmas. So don't you think it's like this becomes a loop now? So you can be free from all this the moment you come into this realization you're merely an observer. You are the drashta. I'm also going to use the reference of a series. This clicked to me first time ever. How it clicked, I'm going to say. I watched this series on Netflix called Lucifer. And in that series, there's a point in that series, there's a particular episode where this guy who was shot, okay, he was a gangster or something, he was on a yacht. He was shot and he kept living that scary experience again and again in the hell. When he meets Lucifer, he asks him that how am I gonna able to come out of this? Like, how can I put a stop to this? Can you please give me a solution? Because I'm scared. Like this keeps happening to me in loop. How do I come out of it? Lucifer makes him realize that it's a guilt feeling that's stopping you. It's your guilt feeling that's keeping you in hell. So basically, if you have seen this series, I'm pretty sure if someone has seen that, you'll be able to connect with what I'm saying. So if you read between the lines, the guy realized he always carried this guilt of not being there for his family because he was into all those gangster stuff, and he was never available for his family, never made time for them. He somehow carried that guilt. And because of that guilt, he felt he was not very good enough to deserve heaven or to deserve, to come out of the pain. In a way, his guilt was keeping him in that loop. The moment he realizes that he's free, same thing happens to that inspector, the police officer, Trixie's dad. The moment he realizes this, his spirit is gone. So if you read between the lines, I think that that's the message that particular part in the episode was conveying. It's like read between the lines. Say, for example, you are eating food now, you're trying a new cuisine. You ate it, you lived the experience. Okay, you lived that experience, now you move on. Simple. So your body is living different experiences at different point in time. The moment you live that experience, you grow out of it. There's no attachment. Attachment is created in our mind. It's the mindset that's creating the attachment. So this is how people in power and religious people, okay, and why religion was created for control. You do this, that's your good karma. You do this, that's your bad karma. You are suffering already because, okay, you did something in past life. This is only created in your head. It's not like that. You just have to wake up to the fact who you are. The moment you wake up, you automatically start choosing from a third person perspective. And whenever you choose from a third person perspective, the one who is only observing this experience, you automatically choose the way you want to choose and do things the way you want to do. You become the creator. Power comes and lies in your hand in that case. So many a times the karma that you're suffering or you feel you are suffering is man-made, is something made up by your mind. It doesn't exist. On this note, I am going to end this video. Do let me know in the comments if this was helpful. Also, I'm going to make a video on faith versus free will. I keep getting asked about this, so I would like to explore that topic too, and I will put up a video soon on that too. Look out for that. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. This will help the channel grow as well. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again. Bye-bye.